welcome to one and all to our 30th session, and very good morning to our family in US. I have to mention today Canada also because somebody said we are from Canada too. So good morning, viewers from Canada. Today we have two dignitaries and great personalities with us as a panelist, Mr. Abhay Jain and Mr. Padamchand Kincha, who are going to speak on Akshay Patra, the joy of giving. I mean, these two luminaries are in दो भी हस्तियां हैं जिनका इनका नाम नहीं मालूम है, बट इनका काम सब जानते हैं. जैसा जितने भी व्यूअर्स हैं आज सब जानते रहेंगे कि अक्षय पात्रा के बारे में, बट कोई भी नहीं जानते रहेंगे कि इसके पीछे कौन है. और वो है अभय जैन, जो हर चीज स्केल में करना जानते हैं, हर चीज स्केल में करना पसंद करते हैं. तो जब उनका प्रोफाइल 2 दिन पहले मुझे आया, व्हेन आई हैड हिज प्रोफाइल एंड देयर वाज अ नंबर कॉल 17 लाख मील्स, आई वाज वंडरिंग ये साल में है क्या, जस्ट गेट द कॉन्फिडेंस. नहीं, ये पर डे है. और अभी उन्होंने बताया कि मुझे इट इज 19 lakhs, 17 लाख से 19 lakhs मील्स दे सर्व पर डे. आप सब लोग जानते रहेंगे कि अमेजॉन और फ्लिपकार्ट के कितने डिलीवरीज करते हैं, पेपर में स्टैटिस्टिक्स आता है, सब आता है. बट अक्षय पात्रा 19 मील्स जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल को फ्री मील देता है, वो शायद बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं. इसके अलावा ही इज आल्सो द ट्रस्टी ऑफ लर्निंग सोसाइटी, जिसके द्वारा वे मेरिट स्टूडेंट के लिए स्कॉलरशिप दिलाते हैं. आई मीन दैट्स अगेन अ अमेजिंग जॉब. आई डोंट हैव द नंबर्स द स्टूडेंट्स एंड इन दिस. आई एम श्योर अभय जी उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट ही इज आल्सो ही वाज अ बोर्ड मेंबर ऑफ IIM बैंगलोर, और एक और बहुत बड़ी संस्था वो चलाते हैं, गौशाला, जो जयपुर में है. वो इंडिया के लार्जेस्ट काउस है, उसमें 25,000 काउस चलाते हैं. सो थैंक यू सो मच Abhay ji to accepting our invitation. We are really fortunate and pleasure to have you on this platform today. अभी एक हस्ती है हमारे पदमचंद जी तो खिंचा, जो मुझे उनका इंट्रोडक्शन, उनके बारे में कुछ जानना है तो आप गूगल में उनका नाम डाल दीजिए, सब उनकी जितने अचीवमेंट्स है वो सब आएंगे. तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेल यू मच. मैं ये इतना ही कहना है कि अगर इस प्रोफेशन में, चार्टर्ड अकाउंट प्रोफेशन में, कोई पदमचंद जी खिंचा को नहीं जानता है, इसका मतलब मूवी इंडस्ट्री में अमिताभ बच्चन को नहीं जानता. सो दैट्स व्हाट पदमचंद जी. एक छोटा सा बात करके मैं ये करना चाहूंगा कि मेरा एक्सपीरियंस इनके साथ एक अलग तरीका है. मैं खुद इनका एक फैन हूँ, और जितनी भी कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स सिचुएशन आती है, कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स सिचुएशन बिजनेस में आती है, जिसका हमको कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं मिलता है, तो जब हम पदम जी के पास जाते हैं तो वो 1 मिनट में सॉल्यूशन देते हैं. फिर हम सोचते हैं ये तो हमने सोचा ही नहीं, इन्होंने कैसा ऐसा इतना सरल से वो सॉल्यूशन सॉल्व किया. तो वी हैव पदमचंद किंचा एंड ही इज आल्सो विजिटिंग फैकल्टी इन IIM बैंगलोर. ये हमारा सौभाग्य है कि आज ये दो बड़े हस्तियां इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आए हुए हैं. बहुत बहुत आभारी आपके, एंड बहुत बहुत अनुमोदना अभय जी और पदमचंद जी. हैंड ओवर टू यू पदमचंद.
Thank you, Ramesh bhai, for very kind words, though a little undeserving. And today is a very interesting topic, and therefore I should congratulate you for selecting this topic today. Very topical, very important, very relevant. We have been for the last 30 days now, this is the 30th day today, possibly discussing quite a lot about our religion, making our people versed with, making them aware of what's happening in our religion. Therefore, we are looking at ourselves a little more. Today is a topic we are looking at beyond ourselves, somebody else whom we should be concerned about. Therefore, we are looking at the aspect of the joy of giving. Because we are into some difficult times where this pandemic has troubled us in a significant way, in ways and manners that we had not fathomed at all. We are not in the times of our ancestors. We go back to our history, if you go back to our ethos and philosophy, in those times, our ancestors were having the advantage of a kalpa vraksha, were having the advantage of a kamadhenu gai. These were wish-fulfilling tree or a wish-fulfilling cow. Whatever you asked for, not just milk, not just fruits, not just nourishment, whatever you asked for, they gave you. Therefore, in those times, people had an easy mechanism of reverting back to these items for the purpose of ensuring that nobody goes hungry, nobody is therefore deprived of food. We also, in those Mahabharata times, also had this Akshay Patra, where the ability of the person concerned to feed any number of people because of this Akshay Patra. We are replicating something today in Akshay Patra today. And therefore, it's very important that we understand this replication of what happened earlier. Any number of people could come. They would never be hungry. Like Akshay Patra was such that we're able to feed those people concerned. And we're trying to replicate that model today. And as was Ramesh by mentioning, that there are about 19 lakh meals a day. 19 lakhs is not a small number. If you count down for the last 20 years, as I was mentioning, they've done about 350 billion meals till today.
350 crore, 3.5 billion.
350 crore, 3,500 million, 350 crore meals have been served. It can't be anything better and as an embodiment, as a replication of the Akshay Patra. And it's still, in my opinion, therefore, extremely relevant and topical that we have this aspect today. When I was mentioning about this Kalpavriksha, this has also a Jain antecedent to it, a Jain tinge to it, because we had this 10 Kalpavrikshas. When people were born, they were not required to do anything, no karmas. And their 10 distinct type of wishes were fulfilled by these Kalpavrikshas. And one of the Kalpavriksha was therefore having the job or fulfilling the wish of nourishment of people concerned. People feeling hungry, go to the Kalpavriksha and you get that nourishment you want. But then today, in today's world, nourishment itself has become the biggest challenge. Today we have clothes, we have houses. The demand for them is in terms of quality of life. But food affects life itself. Therefore, it's a question of not lifestyle. It's a question of the very essence of life today that is being threatened. Therefore, the issue is now today not of lifestyle, but of life itself. And we therefore have to look at this trouble that is facing the world at large. When there are a lot of people who are now struggling, who are not able to make their ends meet in terms of food, and there's a lot of uncertainty around. How do we go about alleviating their sufferings? This is the topic for the day. And therefore, I made a statement that it's an extremely relevant topic. All creation in this world is sustained due to food. Food therefore becomes extremely important. What is this food? It's a matter of satisfying hunger. What is this hunger? Hunger is an impatient visitor. It is an unsolicited visitor. It comes uninvited upon you. And it also demands immediate satisfaction. If you're able to do that, then you are able to say that I have given life to somebody else. So only food can remedy this disease of this hunger. Stomach. This is an Agni Kunda, where we are having the host to the fire, which wants offerings in the form of nourishment every time. It's one of the Panchabhutas that we have. Therefore, it demands food, offerings in the form of food. And that person who is fortunate enough to satisfy this Panchabhutas, satisfy the hunger of somebody else, who can satisfy this devastating cause of hunger, is an extremely fortunate person. Therefore, we make a statement that a giver of food is a giver of life. Annadan se jivan dan ho jata hai. And therefore, it's a question as to what we can eat ourselves is limited. What we can give is unlimited in terms of what we can give to people. Our own consumption is limited of food. But what we can give is never limited. It can be unlimited. If I were to, in the course of giving, were to give material wealth or cash to somebody, he will wish for more. But if I were to give food, after some time he says, I've had enough, yeah, that's enough sufficient for me. Therefore, there is a limitation to what that man demands from you for food. It's a very interesting concept, therefore, that we could give people food and he himself would say, it's sufficient for me today. But what's happening is that once I fill the stomach, the face lights up. The mind is at peace. The mind is at peace and the face lights up. Extremely important, therefore, that today, these people who are hungry, they said God does not appear to them in any form except in the form of bread. Except in the form of bread. That's where the God appears. When the bread is given to them, they say, God has appeared to me. It's extremely, therefore, important that we understand how many people are hungry. Abhay Jain will give you the statistics about India. But by the FAO statistics of 2017, there are about 82 crore people in the world today who are hungry, who don't get the required food. And therefore, these are the people who desire our compassion. These are the people who desire our generosity. These are the people who desire our love. These are the people who deserve what we can give to them. And therefore, this aspect of giving is extremely critical. And we can learn about the aspect of giving from nature itself, from nature. Sun, air, water, they're all only giving. They never take anything from you. We learn this from nature, that the aspect of giving is the most important quality and attribute of mankind. And we can learn that from nature itself. And to talk about that, we are today saying that this annadana, the joy of giving, this is not limited to the privilege of the rich only. Everybody, whether rich or poor, if I have to give my land as a gift, if I have to give animals, godhan और भूधन देना, भूदान देना होता है, तो मेरे को पैसे की जरूरत है. अन्नदान देने के लिए किसी को पैसे की जरूरत नहीं होती है. And today, one institution that is replicating the institutional mechanism of giving, the Akshay Patra, is Akshay Patra as an institution, which is today become the world's largest and biggest NPO. And we are today, therefore, here to listen to Abhay Jain, who is the founder member of this, who is the initiator, who is the mentor, who has helped the source finance for this very mega project, who's closely involved with Akshay Patra. And therefore, that's the way we are looking at today, to learn from Abhay as to how this concept was taken forward, how it was conceptualized, and from this we will be able to learn from their journey of Akshay Patra as to how we can also mold ourselves today a little, so that we can become compassionate, we can become a little more generous to our fellow well-beings. Therefore, I'll begin the conversation with Abhay by talking about and asking him questions about when was Akshay Patra started and what idea prompted his origin.
Thank you, Padam, for setting the context. And Rameshji, thank you for your kind words, though I don't deserve them. And folks, thank you for joining. Good morning to people who are joining from outside, and good evening to people from India. Well, let me take you back to 2000, year 2000, change of millennium. Mohandas and me, we are classmates along with Padam from school. We were visiting ISKCON temple and meeting Madhu Pandit. Madhu Pandit is a remarkable person who has done his MTech in IIT Mumbai. And after doing his MTech, he should have gone and joined some good multinational, but his calling was to pursue his spiritual goals. And he joined ISKCON and built a magnificent temple in Bangalore. Those who are from Bangalore know the ISKCON temple. He had no background to construction. He collected 35 crores in the 90s from Bangalore, which is a big money, and built this temple. So we were visiting him on one Sunday, and we told him, look, now you have built this magnificent temple. You must do some work for deserving people around the temple. And we gave him ideas like sewing machines for women. We gave him, various ideas. And one of them was that you give us prasadam when we come to the temple. Why don't you give prasadam to the surrounding schools? We also told him, why don't you start a school for poor children? But he was not keen on that because they had some bad experience at ISKCON. So then he said, okay, give me some time. We'll come back to you. We went the next Sunday and we realized that he is game to the idea of feeding in the neighboring school. And he said, okay, let me start in the surrounding schools. And he started the program with 1,500 kids in 2000. Around the same time this year, this month, around June, July of 2000, he started with 1,500 students. And within a month, we realized that he has got demand from about 500 plus schools, totaling 1 lakh children. So which means we realized first time that there is a demand. And then we started spending a lot of our time. We were in our early 40s. Mohan had just done the NASDAQ listing, and he was into some big money. So he was very keen to drive. He is the big ideas man. I'm the nut and bolts person, as Padam would know. So he started telling, let's work on this. And then we started spending all our free time, whether it is a Saturday, Sunday, or any public holiday, with ISKCON, leaving our homes. And we used to joke with him that if our families or if our wives throw us out, he has to feed us from Akshay Patra. So 1,500, we decided now we start growing. And Till then, we didn't have a name. Till then, we didn't have a goal. Till then, we didn't have any corpus. Even today, we don't have a corpus, despite spending 600 crore rupees last year. We don't have a corpus. So we started working, and then we said, let us formalize the whole thing and let us have a proper inauguration. At that point of time, there was no government funding. There was no government support. So we had to beg and appeal to people that please help us, please support us, and there's a big problem, and we need everybody's support. And people came forward. Then we went to Murli Manohar Joshi, who was the then HRD secretary, and told him, this is what we are doing, and we want to go up to 30,000 kids, and we want you to come and inaugurate. So he readily agreed. And November, if I remember the date, November 24, 2000, he came down. And while we were sitting in his house and talking, we said, we don't have a name for this program. And he immediately, on the split second, said, name it Akshay Patra. Akshay Patra, as all of you know, is a story from Mahabharata, where Draupadi, when in Vanvas, Krishna came, she was supposed to feed some sadhus, and she had nothing in the vessel. She prayed to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna said, look into your vessel, and she found one piece of poha, beaten rice. And then said there was only one piece. But by then, all the sadhus said, our tummies are full, we don't need any food. So that is how the name Akshay Patra came, which means a pot of food, unlimited food. And so far, after 350 crore meals, we still feel that we have unlimited food in Akshay Patra, unlimited demand from people around us. So we started the journey from 30,000, we reached 30,000, and then we said, what now? Then we called SM Krishna, told him to support us, and then he said, okay, we'll support you. He started giving grains to us. Till that time, all of you will be happy to note that there was no midday meal program except in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu pioneered in the midday meal program, and like my friend Mohan Das keeps telling the story everywhere, that Kamraj, was brought up in poverty. MGR was brought up in poverty. They knew what hunger is because they went hungry many, many nights. So Kamraj started the midday meal in the 50s when he was the chief minister, and MGR made it his prime program in Tamil Nadu. So much so that when he was on his deathbed in USA in coma, there were elections in Tamil Nadu, and as some of you know, that he won with a thumping majority only because of this one program where all women and all those who had benefited from the midday meal came out to vote for him. And thereafter, after his death, temples were built in Tamil Nadu of MGR. They worshipped him like God. For a woman, his child's hunger is the most important thing. If somebody is able to satisfy the child's hunger, for him, like Padam said, is a god. So MGR was worshipped like a god. And Mohan keeps telling this story that after 25 years, Tamil Nadu, before in the early part of the independence, was one of the poorest states. But after 25 years of midday meal, the Tamil youth is 2 inches taller, 4 kgs heavier, and Tamil youth have done very well in education and in professional field and business. So this was the story which we sold to Madhu Pandit, and then we formalized it, and then we said after 30,000, let's go to 1 lakh. And all of us, Mohan says numbers, and all of us are either in amazement or we say that you are mad. So we reached 1 lakh in the next 3 years, and then we decided now we have done enough in Karnataka, because Karnataka is all, Bangalore is all about rice and sambar. So rice and sambar and with some curds is good enough food here. So then we decided we'll go to north. So we chose Mathura and Jaipur. Vasundhara Raje invited us. I went and met her and she invited us, and we went to north. When we went to Vrindavan and Jaipur, we realized that rice and sambar doesn't work there. Even though we were giving them belly full of rice and as many servings as they want, but after 4 or 5 days or 6 days, they were just not eating because that is not their staple food. Then we started, I mean, we had to scratch our heads and say, okay, let's introduce rotis. Now to feed, let's say 2 rotis per kid or 3 rotis per kid, because even today for some children, this is the only meal of the day. Akshay Patra meal is the only meal for the day. So they eat really well. And then when we went to North and we started rolling rotis, we had to have an army of women, because we had in Jaipur, where I was involved very closely, we had in Jaipur at one time 600 women rolling rotis. I mean, if it was a Corona time now, we would have had police running behind us. Okay, so then we started innovation, and we looked at various machines. We searched around and we zeroed down on 3 machines which were rolling papads. We innovated them, and out of the 3, 1 was selected, and we could roll out about 2,500 rotis per hour. Slowly, the ISKCON devotees, who were all very well educated and 16 number at that time, who were either from engineering background or science background, they started using their brains and innovated that to 10,000. And post some more research, we went up to 40,000 rotis per hour. Now we have machines rolling 40,000 rotis per hour, and they are as our rotis in our kitchens. So when we went to Jaipur, we had for inauguration Sudha Murthy, we had Pratibha Patil, we had Vasundhara Raje, we had Rajshri Birla, and we asked them, now all of you are women of power and fame, so let's have a competition in rolling rotis. And we have a famous picture of all the 4 ladies rolling rotis, and some of these rotis we ate, okay, and they were good enough, not in round shape. But then the story continued, and we realized, then we went to, we worked with the central government for, having policy initiatives. In the meantime, we were sensitizing Prime Minister Vajpayee through Sudhindra Kulkarni in the PMO. And Prime Minister Vajpayee from Red Fort, he called us one night. I remember the date specifically, 13th August 2003. He called, Sudhindra Kulkarni called me when my father was at his last stage. And he said, you'll have to come because the Prime Minister wants you here today. I think he called me on 11th and he said, you have to come tomorrow. And I took permission of my family, and then Mohan and me went there. And then he said that in the Red Fort, Prime Minister is going to announce a program of midday meal, and we want to borrow your name. So we want your permission. So we said, it's an honor. The name is given by your colleague, Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi. So please take it. And from the Red Fort, he announced that we'll have a midday meal program, and it will be named Akshay Patra. It was a glorious moment for all of us. And but anyway, the government fell, so it didn't happen that way. But later on, the next government rolled out a midday meal program. The Supreme Court gave directions, and we have now a national midday meal program. Currently, Akshay Patra feeds about 18.7 lakh meals per day in 19,000 schools, 12 states and 2 union territories. We have 800 vehicles delivering food every day around 40 kilometers from the kitchen. We have 2 decentralized kitchens. The story behind the decentralized kitchen, Padam, you will be interested. We wanted a 35 AC because donations, whenever people were giving donations, they were asking us, why not 100% tax deduction? And that time, CBDT chairman Swaroop was engrossed with us. He was wonderstruck that we are doing something like this. And he took us to the finance minister, the then finance minister, Jaswant Singh. Jaswant Singh heard us and he said, look, you are doing a centralized model both in Mathura and in Jaipur and in Bangalore. The day you do decentralized model, because India is in villages. So if you demonstrate a decentralized model, I'll give you 35 AC the same day. So when we were working in Jaipur, we realized that Baran, which is a tribal district, I mean, absolutely tribal, and it has had, apart from Kalahandi, Baran has had starvation deaths post-independence. So we decided we'll work in Baran. And we told Vasundhara that we want to work in Baran, maybe in 100 villages. And we employed self-help group. Of course, monitoring, supervision was a big challenge. There were other challenges, like you will be interested to know, there were challenges like when we started in Baran, the schools were there. There was a single room school with a single teacher in every village, but the schools had not been opened for years. No child was coming. So the teacher was the local politician who never would come there to the school, never would open. But when he realized that Akshay Patra is coming in and they have got reach up to the education department and beyond, then they started opening, children started coming. So the Akshay Patra story rolled on. We continued to grow. And at times we didn't have money. I mean, can you imagine an NGO borrowing money, paying interest from a bank because we don't have money to pay salaries? We borrowed from ICICI Bank 2 crore rupees after scratching our heads. Either we close the program or we have to borrow. The choice was, again, thanks to Mohandas Pai, choice was that we borrow. I mean, it was a crazy idea, madness. Padam will never agree to it, I know. But then we borrowed money, paid interest. Within 7 days, all of you will be surprised. A white knight, a lady came and gave us a check of 6 crore rupees. I mean, again, providence. That is when we realized this is God's program. We are only instruments. Let's feed every open mouth. Let's put food into every open mouth. And
wonderful, Abhay, wonderful to
let's
recount.
not worry about. Sorry?
Abhay, wonderful to recount the entire story of Akshay Patra, the way it began, the way it was conceptualized, the way truly, Akshay from all angles, to say that the food was inexhaustible, money also came in automatically, people were therefore getting what they wanted and what the children wanted. Apart from the school children that you have spoken so about.
Padamji, ek request hai, reviewer say, if some Hindi can be mixed, it will be very nice. Otherwise, it's fine.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll have some Hindi also.
Some Hindi.
हाँ तो मैं 2-4 चीजें before coming to the next question, Padam, मैं 2-4 चीजें कह देता हूँ.
So actually, therefore, yeah, please.
हम लोग जब 10 lakh meals पर गए थे, तो President Obama got elected, and his first letter was written to Akshay Patra, addressing us as the largest midday meal program in the world. Obama went to Africa in Air Force One. Air Force One में देश गुरुराज के साथ गया था और वहां पर 1800 मील खिला रहे थे, and he was wonderstruck, somebody is feeding 1800 लोगों को, and the President of America वहां गए. और जब उस समय देश पांडे ने उससे कहा कि हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वहां पर 10 लाख मील फीड कर रही है, तो he wrote us a very nice letter. Then we had President Clinton coming to Jaipur in 2000, some years back, maybe 7-8 years back, and he spent enormous time with us in Jaipur as an ex-former president, but we still, in American system, we address him as President Clinton. एक story मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि President Kalam came in 2002, and जिस दिन वो हमारे यहाँ आए थे, उसी दिन सुबह की headlines थी बैंगलोर में कि IT City, Bangalore, BBMP school, pass percentage in 10th standard 9%. तो अपनी स्पीच ने उसने प्रोवोक किया हम लोगों को कि आप लोग अक्षय पात्रा से खाना तो खिला रहे हो, लेकिन बुद्धि का क्या कर रहे हो? आज IT सिटी के अंदर BBMP के स्कूल्स में 9% पास परसेंटेज है, जबकि स्टेट की एवरेज 64% है. So we took it up as a challenge, and we worked with Shukla Bose. Some of you who are in Bangalore know Shukla Bose of Parikrama. Shukla Bose के साथ काम किए. Chris Gopal Krishnan funded the whole project for 3 years. 3 साल में 9% से 10वीं क्लास के रिजल्ट 72% आए. 72% pass percentage. So the children are, the point I'm trying to make is children are not the problem. The ecosystem, as Padam mentioned, the ecosystem and environment is the problem. So there were several such stories which I can recount. I mean, there can be 100 stories which I can recount. एक और story ये बताऊंगा. Few years back, we decided we will pick up some students and make their dreams come alive. तो फर्स्ट ईयर हमने 10 बच्चों को सिलेक्ट किया था. उन 10 बच्चों, और सेकेंड ईयर 100 बच्चों को, थर्ड ईयर 300 बच्चों को. अभी 300 बच्चों को सिलेक्ट करते हैं अक्रॉस इंडिया who have crazy dreams, and we help them achieve those dreams, or we mentor them. So I'll give you 2 instances. One girl who's a daughter of a driver, private car driver, वो उसको फिल्म एक्ट्रेस बनना था. And we put her in theater, we put her in drama schools, and she's already acted in a few movies. And I hope she grooms up well in Kannada. And there was one more student who said, "Mujhe chef banna hai, 5-star mein chef banna hai." So we put him in Taj Vivanta under the chef. And then when the story was read by some some hotel management school, they sponsored him, and he's studying right now in a hotel management school. So there are several such stories which are fantastic. Yes, Padam.
Yeah, what's happening from what we have learned from Abhay's recounting is that the world hunger is not an issue. Apathy is an issue. Complacency is an issue. We have the ability. The question is about the apathy. The question is about the complacency. How we overcome that? And this is a very live example of how we could overcome apathy and complacency and be of value to the society. Because there's a saying that you pray for the hungry, then you feed them. It's only then that the prayer will work. Just mere prayer will not happen. You have to feed them also. Only then the prayer will work. And that's why, therefore, what they're doing in terms of feeding, their prayer will therefore materialize because being involved in such a big way. Abhay, you have spoken about all of the school children. Now, we also have seen that you've done some significant amount of work in COVID-19 by giving meals, by giving grocery items, kits to people concerned. And therefore, also there are other initiatives you are doing about. I know we are at the end of the time. Therefore, very briefly, about 3 to 5 minutes, talk about COVID-19 work and talk about the other initiatives. And then I'll leave the floor open for some panelists.
On 24th March, when the lockdown was announced at 8 o'clock, somebody called me and said, if you guys are not willing to do something during the lockdown, help us do it. Then I spoke to Chanchalapati, who is a co-trustee and vice president of Akshay Patra. I told him, let's start. He said, we have no money to start this program. So we said, don't worry, let's start. And we wrote a mail to Narayan Murthy. And immediately within a couple of, we wrote a mail to Sudha Murthy. Immediately within half an hour, she said 1 crore given. So I said, let's start. So we started on 24th with a small meager amount of 1 crore rupees. And we never knew that we will go up to this scale. In the last few weeks, up to yesterday, we have fed in 61 cities, towns, and villages through 22 kitchens, 4.25 crore cooked and dry provision meals have been distributed across the country. I mean, many people have spoken. Money has come in. You know very well that we don't have right now people coming. Offices are locked down. One marketing person has been writing mails to us through social media, and everything else. We have been working, and 72 crore rupees till yesterday has been donated only for COVID hunger program. And we have fed 4.25 crore meals across the country. And again, very pathetic stories, very heart-wrenching stories. 4 days back, we got a SOS in Assam, in our Guwahati kitchen, that 3 hours from Guwahati, there is a small hutment of about 15 hutments where the parents have passed away and 3 hungry children in the last 4 days are on the verge of starvation death. So we worked with the local police and, delivered in the middle of the night to those 3 kids. I mean, there are such heart-wrenching stories. In Bangalore, Electronic City, one occasion, I received a call from Vandita Sharma at 11 in the night saying that in the control room, there is a SOS, 30 migrant village workers have been abandoned by their contractors. The landlord has chased them away from the rooms and they are hungry from 3 days. I mean, such heart-wrenching stories were around. So what we have done, Padam, is in 2005, we had a flood situation in Barmer. So we decided we'll work in every natural disaster across the country. We worked in Barmer, we worked in Cochin, Prime Minister Modi his office called up and told me that you will have to go and work in Kathmandu when the earthquake came. So we have a mobile kitchen where we have 4 vans, one going with a water tanker, another going with grocery, another with mobile kitchen, and the 4th one with people. So we go to the place from the nearest kitchen, wherever the disaster is, and in 3 hours we can cook about 25,000 meals once we reach the place. So we are part of the disaster management recovery from the disaster management cell of the country, and we are part of the rescue mission. And wherever there is problem of natural disaster, we are immediately told to go there. And we have been going. Even by data that one meal for a young child who is coming from marginalized section can do wonders. The government spends thousands of crore rupees in infrastructure, in teachers' salary. If the child goes hungry in the classroom, he cannot give attention to whatever is taught. And our mission statement, Padam, last line, our mission statement is no child in this country should be deprived of education because of hunger.
It's an extremely important statement that we should look at this as a matter of scale, which Akshay Patra has done. And this process of journey, it's also noticeable, and it's also to be acknowledged that government has come forward in a significant way of helping Akshay Patra with grains and others. Therefore, where there is sincerity, where there is performance, where there is a validation of what you're doing, it's a very critical case that even government comes forward. And therefore, it's today a very classical case of an NPO with a public-private partnership, where Akshay Patra is an implementing agency, looking at so many people from the government, both the central and the state government, being the contributors in some way, and also people participating, and Akshay Patra implementing it very well. An extraordinary example of public-private partnership for public good. I will therefore ask the panelists if they have any questions to ask Abhay on this matter. But before that, Abhay, one small statement from out of your experience, what would be your message to people concerned? A small brief statement, then we'll have some questions from people asking.
Look, we all work for ourselves. When we are young, it is our primary duty that we make sure that we are able, we have fulfilled our requirements, we have fulfilled our family's requirement. But then thereafter what? So in your growth years, it is very important to do something which is of your calling, and where at the end of your life, you feel happy and satisfied that you have not only fulfilled your requirements, your families and your dependents' requirement, but you have done something which is your calling. I mean, whether it is midday meal, whether it is helping people, whether it is, whatever way you want. And India is a country of scale. I mean, you can't scratch the surface. I mean, some of us, Mohan is a brilliant person. Madhu Pandit is again a brilliant person. But some of us come from very ordinary background, very ordinary scholastic achievements. But we have achieved extraordinary things. Extraordinary. I mean, this program, maybe some of us are not known, but this program is known world over. So ordinary people, when they team together and do a work of their calling as a mission, can do extraordinary things.